Isn't popping up. There we go. So, just want to make this video. I've been holding this in for quite a few years now, and I just can't not say anything about it anymore. I'm gonna say this is one of the worst. Though people probably know this, I talked about it years ago. I talked about this game and what's I talked about this game about a couple of years ago, and it's just one of the worst woke pieces of trash games ever made. This stuff that I'm gonna show, and I obviously have to watch what I say on here because if I was to express how I really feel about this game, I would be banned off YouTube. So I'm gonna watch what I say, obviously, but this game is honestly one of the worst games ever made. I'm not even joking. It is one of the worst games I've ever played in my life, and it should be banned worldwide. It is so garbage. The game is riddled with woke crap all the way through the game. Every single battle pass, every single skin is just full of woke crap. Every single skill and caters to a certain community because that's all they care about, these devs. That's all they care about, is catering to the woke crowd rather than actually fixing their own game. the, there's a reason why this game is seen as a joke and laughed at by so many companies, because it is a garbage game, and it really should be banned worldwide because it really is a garbage game. So we'll get into the first thing. As I said, I'll just show the image, but I won't say anything because obviously I have to watch what I say because YouTube's garbage. So this is the first thing. This was added. I think it was added. Supposed to. It was delayed during Halloween because it was Halloween, basically charms. So I think July was when it was released. But there was this collection that includes Winter Warriors outfit for the Huntress and the Blade outfit for the artist. These outfits were released in July 2026 and are inspired by the. So you can obviously see what I'm getting at here. You can obviously see the artist character is a bird woman. I'll leave it at that. You can obviously see what I'm getting at, which isn't a surprise because again, this garbage game is just riddled with woke garbage like this. That's all it is. Because that's all online gaming is now. Just with like games like Fortnite, um, Overwatch, and stuff like that. They're all garbage games. What I've learned, and this is why I'm just a single player gamer now, and mostly focus on Nintendo games, because what I said, modern gaming is garbage. A lot of modern, not every game, but online gaming as a whole is trash, complete garbage. That's all online gaming is to me, is just a waste of space. It's garbage. Every online game is just trash these days. It really is. Every single game. Call of Duty's no different. It's full of woke crap. I've already exposed that, riddled with woke garbage, because that's all they care about now, is promoting woke crap in video games. These are the things that are actually woke in the industry. Um, Anyone that says, and they're supposedly supposed to be doing a religious chapter, we all know exactly how this is gonna go. Because again, the community, the Dead by Daylight community is one of the most toxic communities I've ever seen in a gaming community possible. You have people literally wishing death on you just for the way you play. They're just one of the most toxic communities I've ever experienced. And that's why I said I can't say how I really feel about this game because I honestly hate this game. It's such a garbage game. The community's so toxic. They really are. You can't play a certain way on either side without somebody wishing death on you. You honestly can't. The game's a broken, buggy mess, and it's been that same way for the past 8 years. Luckily, I've not been playing this game for 8 years. If I would, I'd literally go insane. The This game, you literally get rewarded in this game for being trash at the game. You won't find that in Fortnite. Basically, if you suck at the game, if you suck at Killer or Survivor, you'll literally get rewarded just by perks. That's all this game is. No, there's no skill in this game. That's why this game is seen as a joke. And just like most modern gaming, the only thing that is keeping games like Fortnite, Overwatch, and games like this alive is collaborations. That is the only thing that is keeping online gaming alive. If they didn't have collaborations like we see like with Call of Duty, that game is just a joke. It's supposed to be a basically game about war, and you got people like Nicki Minaj, you've got rappers in the game, you've got Michael Myers in Call of Duty. The game's a joke. It's a complete joke. That's all they care about now. They don't care about making good games anymore. They just all it's about is this collab spam. But I can't keep silent about this game anymore. This game is trash. It really is. So that's one thing. The game is beyond woke. Um, you can just look up. Many people have talked out against it, and of course, this specific chick got basically the Dead by Daylight community attacking her because she spoke out against it. Which is not a surprise. That just shows you what the Dead by Daylight community is. You call out something out in their basically the Dead by Daylight community, you'll have a mob of basically cancel culture and that attacking you. Even when the Alan Wake chapter got added to this game, they were whinging about where they really were. There's a character in this game called Aurella. You should know by what I'm on about. I can't say anything else. Which it doesn't surprise me. Like I said, the game's just woke crap. There's a character in the game called Aurella Rose. I'll leave it at that. Go look up who this character is. Because obviously I can't say much because, again, like I said, those that know already know what I'm already on about. But I can't say much. But this is the way they are. The Dead by Daylight community is infested with cancel culture losers. It's infested with ass kissers, shills that basically shill this game through the roof and say it's the best game ever made because they're making money off of it. The game is garbage. They don't the they didn't even listen. This is how much of a joke this game actually is. There was a live stream that the devs did, and cheaters were able to basically they were able to mess up the servers basically as a DDoS. They were able to get in private games and DDoS and mess the stream up. one of the most unprofessional joke of a game I've ever seen in my life. This game is worse than Call of Duty back in the PS3 era and the Xbox 360. This game is full of subtle cheaters on both sides. You'll have people cheating on Survivor, people cheating on Killer. This is why I'm speaking out against this, because I really do not care what these little fanboys of this game have to say, because I honestly hate this game. I really do. The game is never going to change. As I said, the devs only care about skins, um, DLC spam, collaborations. They don't care about fixing the game. The game has been in a broken state for years, and it's never going to change. The people that are still playing this game actually think that the game's going to change. It isn't going to change. It's always going to be a garbage game. They still can't get licensed to Jason for a reason, because the game's a joke. But the game is just riddled with woke crap. We've shown two instances. The second one, if you know, you know. If you haven't played the game or you haven't looked into this, you won't have a clue what I'm on about. But it's just riddled with garbage, absolute garbage. There was a riff that they released. Where, again, this is what I said. It's just a literal degenerate community. I have to stop showing it for a minute just in case it shows anything inappropriate. And we'll read this before we carry on. Never played it, but I have seen talk about it. Well, you're lucky, don't play it. That's the goal too for people who hiss at peace. They hate exactly. And that's all they do in this game. And if you think I'm joking about what I said, where people wish death on you in this game, just go look up Dead by Daylight toxic Twitch TVs. I've come across a lot of them. You can't even play the game without someone wishing death on you. That's how pathetic this community is. That you can't play a single match without someone wishing death on you. That's how pathetic they are. And we're not talking about kids here that play this game. We're talking about 30 to 40-year-olds that are acting this way, wishing death on people just because they lost or something in a game, and they make excuses up saying the game's survivor sided and all this because they suck at the game. But this is another one. This is all this game is. Basically, they added this, handcuffs, some BDSM, handcuffs. This was one of the riffs. It says everything that I need to know. This says everything that I need to know. This was the outfit that was given to Huntress. It's literally a BDSM outfit, a fetish outfit. There's no defending it. This is all the add to the game. Is this woke crap? As you can't tell me this isn't basically a fetish outfit. And this is all they do anyway. They just every single rift, they re-release the same skins from previous rifts with just a different color. It's pathetic. The Walking Dead chapter that they added to this game was an absolute joke. It really was. Just look at it. They even made it says everything that I need to know. They made a game because, again, as I said, the part of the community, there's a lot of degenerates in the Dead by Daylight community. They made a game where you could date the killers from Dead by Daylight, and you could see the way they were acting. They were saying like, "Oh, I love Huntress's feet" and stuff like that. So you can obviously see what kind of community this is, and every person that I've come across that is in this community never saw it in any game that I play that I've played with online gaming. Didn't have it in Fortnite. Didn't have it in Call of Duty. This game, every single person that you come across that is either on PC has a sexual name. They have a sexual name. It's so cringe, and it's not funny. As I said, these are like 30 to 40-year-olds that are acting the way they are. That's who they cater to in this game, these 30 to 40-year-olds. They're not in the 20s, and it's just laughable. It really is, the way they act, the way the community is, how garbage the game is. Even when the devs do offer solutions to fix the game, the community cries about it like the little babies that they are. And this is why I said this game will always be in the state that it's in because of the community. The community is the problem. As I said, it's one of the worst communities that I've ever experienced in my life. And anyone that I would not recommend this game to anyone. It's funny as well, I came across a streamer once. I've come across a lot of toxic Twitch TVs from this game, which doesn't surprise me. I had one guy that claimed to be Christian and yet cussed me out. And I said to him, "Do you not know this game promotes witchcraft?" He's like, "Oh no, the devs didn't intend it." I said, "The game promotes witchcraft. There's a character in the game called Michaela that is a witch." And he said, "Oh, you can't judge people." I said, "You're cussing me out, which is completely against what it says in the Bible. You are not to cuss people out." And he's like, "Oh, you can't judge me." I said, "Whatever, man. You're a fake Christian," and he didn't like it. The guy's name as well was Angel, so it's obviously, and I've come across streamers that literally believe they're a god. This is the community of this game. This is all this community is. Antichrist. So there's this chapter that's supposed to be coming. We all know what's going to happen. The community's going to cry about it because, again, they hate religion. They hate religious themes. Anything to do with religion, and I guarantee this again chapter will be blasphemed because that's all they can do. What was it? Yeah, I think it's Angel. And it says everything that I need to know. The When a dev, this is supposed to be what's going to be added. This, again, we all know how it's going to go. They'll twist. They won't add anything biblical. They'll just The community will cry about this. They'll say, "Oh, this is religion. We don't want it in the game. This is religious garbage. This is the Bible," and stuff like that. Again, this is supposedly supposed to be the next killer. Like anyone cares. This is who was on about the artist. She's a female. So you obviously know now what I'm getting at from the image that I showed. And you look at a lot of the skins that are designed by the community, it just says something is not right in these people's heads. There really isn't. When you're just wishing death on people just because you lose in a game, like I get annoyed at games and say some stupid stuff, but it's out of anger. But these people just wish death on you, even if they win. That's how pathetic this community is. But we all know this will be blasphemed because that's all they can do. Probably be some woke, watered down version of an angel, like always. There's many things, like I said, they've already got the things that are already in Call of Duty, the certain charm things that they have. Again, this is how pathetic the community was back then. There was a mask for Bubba. We all know who Bubba is. The Chainsaw Massacre, it's not real. None of it's real. It's fantasy. It's fictional. It's all exaggerated and made up. Bubba doesn't exist. Never did. It's made up. He wears the faces of everyone that he murders in the movies. Now, this degenerate community was saying because Bubba was wearing the face of one of his victims, and of course it was Claudette. Oh, this is racist. This is racist. So they removed it. They removed it because the crybaby woke community cried about it. So they removed it. Yeah, it was perfectly fine for Bubba to wear the face of an Asian or stuff like that. They removed it because people were saying that, oh, this is blackface and stuff like that. It wasn't. He wears everyone's face in the game. He's a fictional serial killer. He doesn't care about race, but again, they caved into the community because that's all the community does. The devs literally listen to the degenerates in the Dead by Daylight community, and that's why the game's in the state that it's in, because they keep listening to the community. But so many people got mad about this one, which I find it funny, because that's all they are. They're just snowflakes. One of the biggest snowflake, basically, gaming communities that I've ever seen in my life. They get offended by everything. You can't say anything without someone cancelling you, because that's all they do. The Dead by Daylight community, all they do is sit there cancelling people on Twitter. That's all they can do. That is all they can do. I said to them once, stop pushing your garbage onto me. Because, and they're like, oh, you're this, you this. Is like, whatever, man. So just block them. Because it is a woke game. It's a woke game, and it's a broken, buggy game. It's a trash game. Every skin is just woke. I'm trying to think now. There's been more skins in the game that are woke. Trying to think. I'm honestly trying to think though, because there's a lot. There's a lot of crap that they've added. So yeah, I showed the one of the artist skin. It's woke. There's no defending that one. It's woke. Care what anyone says in this community. This is how pathetic this community really is as well. There was a guy that used to create animations about The Walking Dead. You can just go look it up. Walking Dead parody animations. He made a joke in the title, and they cancelled him. They cancelled him, and the company that made basically Dead by Daylight basically blacklisted the guy from them just because he made a joke and a title said "Dead by Woke." That is what said. This is one of the worst communities that I've ever seen in a game. One of the most hateful communities to ever exist. Toxic, and just like I said, just a bunch of degenerates that should actually get a job and actually get a life. But this is the fact. What you see with this image is a straight facts. Care what anyone says. They want to push all this woke crap in video games, yet anyone that speaks out against it, well, you just this, you just that. It's just laughable. It really is. Absolutely laughable. But yeah. I'm just trying, like I said, to think of more stuff because there is more stuff that I probably forgot about. Oh, this killer. Um, this was added to the game. Of course, like I said, they have to make a strong, independent female character. Of course, they do, which isn't a surprise. And it took them about weeks upon weeks to nerf this killer. We know why. This is what I said. The issue with this game. It's a killer-sided game. The devs have openly admitted it. So the game itself is, if you play the survivor role, you're just going to be miserable. They designed it basically so easy for the killer, just laughable. So if you're playing the killer role, you're gonna have a great time. If you're playing the survivor side, it's just gonna be miserable. That's the experience of this game, and I would not recommend anyone playing it. And I actually believe that the government should actually sue and ban this game worldwide. That's what should happen. Maybe Donald Trump should ban this game worldwide. That's what should happen. Instead of banning things like TikTok and stuff like that, they should ban this game. That's what they should do. I'm not joking here. I'm not trolling. This isn't rage bait. They should ban this game just for how bad it is. This as well. People that, because this was attached to a certain character, the Aurella. I said that this riff was trash. And of course, I had a bunch of degenerates from the community of Dead by Daylight, like, oh, you just don't like it because it's got a certain character in the Rift. That's all they do. That's all these low lives can do. That's all they can do. They can literally just name call. I'm like, oh, you just don't like it because it's got this in the Rift. No, half of the rifts in this game are low effort trash and they put no effort into them. And anyone that says anything about it as well, this community is one of the communities where they live in a fantasy world where they think the world is bunnies and rainbows, the that kind of people where they can't handle reality and they just want to hear everything positive and stuff like that. And yet it's funny that they say it's positive, yet the community is straight up wishing death on people for just losing in a game. Yeah. It's a totally wholesome community. And you have these shills, like I said, that are paid by paid by the devs to shill the game, and they're like, "Oh, this is the best game ever made. I've never had a problem in this game. I've never had a problem. This game's awesome." And then when you see when basically a kill is toxic towards them in the game, they're like, "Oh, you can see they're getting annoyed, but they have to put on this fake personality because they're a shell." Like, "Oh, GG, great game, oh, great game. You're so good at this game. Well played, even though you're being toxic and you're just trying to get a rise out of me. Oh, GG." Those people do my head in. They really do. These people that are shills, that it's a lot of them in the gaming industry. You have a lot of them in Fortnite, you have a lot of them on Call of Duty, these shill streamers that are paid to basically just say everything positive about the game. They'll never say anything negative because they're scared of getting cancelled, or they're scared of offending people or getting blacklisted by the company for saying it how it is. And there's been one streamer that said it how it was, and he got blacklisted. He got blacklisted, kicked out of a program because he said it how it was. They kicked him out of a certain program because he wouldn't said the state of the game, and that they don't care about fixing the game. So they kicked him out of a program and blacklisted him. That's what they do. Also, anyone that criticized this game, they did it to one of the streamers. Someone criticized the game and said your game's a joke, and they basically blacklisted him. That's what I said. That's why I laugh at the Dead by Daylight streamers. I really do. Imagine living your life where you literally just kiss this game's basically where you just suck up to this game. Imagine that. Imagine you have to put on this fake personality and suck up to the devs that clearly don't care the state the game's in. They clearly don't, because it's just non-stop thing after thing after thing. Every update, the game becomes more and more broken. It's laughable. The game's so easy to cheat in as well. It's honestly laughable. You got people VPNing, ping abusing, with pings over like 200, 300 to give them advantage. It's a joke of a game. It really is. You don't get any of this in Fortnite, and you don't get any of this in Call of Duty, because, like I said, it's a joke of a game. This game, outside of the Dead by Daylight community, is seen as a joke. Also, this character, Trickster, will show him, because you can obviously see straight away they love promoting this beta male image of man. They really do. They love promoting it. Trickster, they love promoting him. He's got so many Rift outfits that just say everything that I need to know. Because he's got so many. You can obviously see what I'm trying to say now with a lot of the outfits that he wears. There's beta male energy. This is how they want all men. This is exactly what they do. Now they even, with this one, added this is kind of like a religious rift. And of course the community was crying about it. Because of course they'll cry about something that's religious, because again they're on the woke. Of course they'll cry about a religious rift, because the woke, they hate God. They hate anyone that's not woke. But all the outfits that he wears just scream beta. I mean, just look at the outfits that they designed for him. You can't tell me there's not an agenda going on here. every outfit. There's many outfits in the game like this. Many. And Trickster really is one of the worst killers in the entire game. Yeah, you have Sable as well. There's so many people that run love Sable because again the simps. But basically the company just added Sable the character because there's the new even they know there's a bunch of degenerates in the Dead by Daylight community that are sexually frustrated, and everyone loves this character. We all know why. We know exactly why. Everyone loves her. As said, there was a game hooked on you. It's called Hooked on You with the Dead by Daylight game. I mean, you just look at the outfits, like I said, says everything that I need to know. Skull Merchant as well as another one. Everyone's simping over Skull Merchant. That's all it is. It's just a bunch of simps, sexually frustrated people and then you got people in the community that are full-grown adults wishing death on you, basically telling you stuff. As I said, some of the most vile community that I've ever experienced. They really are. And it's so funny that, like I said, with these streamers that show this game, that this company pays to basically kiss their ass. They're like, oh, I've never had a bad experience. The Dead by Daylight community is so awesome. Sure it is. I'm sure it is. I'm sure someone wishing death on someone just because they lost in a video game. I'm sure that's a wholesome community and a nice community that literally cheats as well. And there's people in this community that dox people. That's how deranged they are. They've doxed a streamer. There's one someone in the Dead by Daylight community doxed a streamer, and they were trying to find out where his kids went, his wife was. That's how sick and deranged these people are in this community. They're that sick. They literally, they'll dox you. Pathetic community. Really pathetic community that I'm tired of. I've not spoke out against it for a long time. I'm saying it how it is now. I couldn't care less because it's the truth. There's a reason there's so many videos online of people saying that there's a reason you got so many people online posting videos saying this is the worst community and the worst game because it's totally true. It really is. The as soon as you get to high MMR in this game as well, that's when the game stops being fun. It's like that with every game, to be honest. It's like that with Call of Duty. As soon as you get high skill based matchmaking, the game stops becoming fun. That's why I said online gaming is just trash. That's why I prefer single player. Because with single player, you don't have to deal with some idiot. You literally don't. You don't have to deal with some clown. But yeah. And they even do AI as well, which doesn't really surprise me. It really doesn't. But as I said, there's many people calling it out, saying it's woke, because it is. Because many of these people that are anti-woke have debated the Dead by Daylight community, and they're like, "Oh, you're just a typical right winger and stuff like that." That's all they can say. Anyone that doesn't support the woke culture and the cancel culture, oh, you're just this, you're just that, you're just this. Well, if I knew what the riff was called, I'd please don't come at anything stupid. No, it didn't. You see what I mean? You can see what that's all you have to do. Just look up BDSM, Dead by Daylight. Now, this is what they added, and so many people were like, "Oh, shirtless this, shirtless that." There's something wrong with this community. There really is. We've got 30 to 40-year-olds simping over what's supposed to be a serial killer. It says everything that I need to know. It really does. But probably can't go any further down. But these are all the skins. You have Talita, clearly a BDSM outfit. You have the Plague. These are clearly all BDSM outfits. Fetish outfits. You have David, which again, David was straight originally, but they had to inject that woke nonsense into the game. But you can see there's just so many woke skins in this game. There really isn't. They did an entire rift just to promote BDSM crap. Because no one can say it isn't, because it clearly is. Again, Skull Merchant, like I said, there's so many sexualized outfits on Skull Merchant. It's just laughable. We'll show you. No, it wasn't that. I think it was Chinese. Yeah, that was it. Everyone was simping over this. And this is what I said. This is all this community is, a bunch of simps. That this is why they had these sexualized skins, because they know it sells. Just had a sexualized skin, and because even they know that their audience is a bunch of degenerates. Because it is 30 to 40-year-olds streaming this game for a living. Could never be me. As you can see by the skin, there's a reason they added it. Very obvious why they added it. Very, very obvious. It's very obvious. And they also say this as well, the Dead by Daylight community. They say there's a thing racism going on with inside behavior. There isn't. Basically, because a certain character is Indian, didn't get as many cosmetics as a white character, that they believe, this cancel culture community believe, that someone behavior is racist. That's what they really believe. So because one specific character doesn't get cosmetics, that you got to think of this from a business point. This is how you know these people are morons. If you create a character, no one's playing that character, no one's buying the skins for that character, are you going to continue from a business point to continue to give that character skins when no one's going to buy it? Obviously, you're going to put the skins on the character that people like and that are buying skins for. But they want to say, oh, it's due to racism. No, it's called a business thing. Any normal person would get that. They didn't make skins for certain characters because no one cares about them. No one cares about characters like Hadi and never see that character in the game. No one cares about half of these characters for a reason. That's why none of them get barely any cosmetics because no one's gonna buy them. Well, that's all they care about anyway, is just adding cosmetics. They seem to promote cosmetics more than fixing their own damn game. It's took them nearly 8 to 9 years to realize that the game's a joke and needs fixing. And they're not gonna fix the game because again the community cries that the game survivor sided this and all that. It's back and forth with each side. The game's never gonna change. It's just a miserable game to experience. I know, as I said, I wouldn't recommend this game to anyone. This game will literally mentally drive you insane. That's what this game is. It's just a fact. It really is. And it isn't fun. It isn't. This is coming from someone that's played a lot of hours in this trash game. A lot, over, I think, nearly 4K hours I've spent on this garbage. If I could get the time back, I would. So I've not just got 100 hours in this game. I've got a lot of hours in this game. So I know exactly what this game's like and how this game has just got worse and worse and worse. As I said, this is all they care about in this game. You see what I mean? This is all they care about. That's all they care about. It's all gaming is now. That's why these fake gamers love games like Stellar Blade because again, and they hate games like Ghost of Yotei and stuff like that because it's not sexualizing women, so therefore it's woke. Yet games like this that are straight up woke, probably one of the most wokest games out there. We all know it's in the game. There's you can see what I'm saying now. There's many of them in the game. Many of them. This is one of the most laughable perks in the game. This is what I said. This game, you get rewarded with this specific perk where it's got a bunch of skills in like a triangle. If you suck at killer, run that perk, you get the whole game handed to you. That's how laughable this game is. Basically, if you're straight up trash at the game, just run that perk. You can down the survivor with just one hit and win the entire game. It's laughable. What a joke the game is. That's how you know the game's woke, because these wokies can't handle a game that's. I've seen a lot of these wokey streamers. They couldn't play the game Silent Hill 2 remake because it's too hard to them, they claim. No, you just suck. Two, the only game that they ever play is this. They never play any other game, which imagine that. I couldn't do that. I don't know how people do that anyway. Imagine playing one game for the rest of your life. Couldn't be me. Well, you can see, I'm not going to point at it, but you can obviously see what I'm saying now. The one in the middle. You can obviously see what I was saying. This game is heavily woke, very woke, and it caters to the woke crowd a lot. That's what it does. That's why I say it's one of the most wokest games ever made. And the people that are the cancel culture, they're the ones that play this game. The cancel culture, because it, basically, if you don't agree in this game with how someone plays, basically, in this game you've just got to agree and accept someone playing like a triad. Basically, someone plays the most easiest way possible. They tunnel somebody out at 5 gens, which takes no skill. Or you just got this community expects you just to be a good sport about everything, and it's just laughable. That's not the way gaming is. But that's the way this community is. They expect you to just be happy about everything. No, that's not the way reality works. If someone's a piece of garbage, I'm going to call them what they are. Simple as that. Again, like I said, you can just look at the images and see. You can obviously understand what I'm saying, though. It's just riddled with woke crap because that's all they can do. And then putting sexualized characters, sexualized outfits on certain characters, it's very obvious what's going on. Basically, the catering to the ones that get and imagine getting sexually aroused by. There's one character in the game. Her name's the Spirit. She's supposed to be a like ghost Japanese girl, and people are getting aroused by that. Once again, says everything that I need to know. All they can do is sit there just cancelling people because they've got nothing better else to do with their life, nothing better else to do. And I said it to one of the people in the community, and they didn't like it. I said, "Stop pushing your woke crap onto me." And you're like, "Oh, the amount of people that got mad about it, literally a hate mob came after me." That's exactly what this community is. Just a mob that basically they'll cancel you in droves. It's pathetic. It really is. Like again, the funny thing is as well. Everyone was there's a chapter that came to this game, Five Nights at Freddy's. Yet we all know who the guy that owns Five Nights at Freddy's. He doesn't support a certain community, and yet it just shows this community was praised in this chapter. Yet he doesn't even support a certain. He doesn't support the wokies. From what I've read, the guy that created Five Nights at Freddy's doesn't has said some very anti woke stuff. It just shows that it's hypocrites. They really are. They were like, "Oh, we shouldn't have this certain chapter in the game because this guy said some stuff about the woke culture." But when it comes to Five Nights at Freddy's, the guy said that he openly does not support the woke culture, but somehow we just ignore that. But yeah. Well, anyone that doesn't believe me, just go play the game yourself. Now, at low MMR, you're probably not going to experience what I experience. Because, again, that's how they get you in. This is the game. What you got to understand about gaming now. This is what they do in the gaming industry. I've noticed it with 2 games now. I quit playing Fortnite years ago. This is how they worm you in. They put skill-based matchmaking in. You'll start off with not very good players. So that'll get you to buy skins. That's what they want, to buy skins, but battle passes. DLC, and then soon as you get to the highest skill based matchmaking, the game becomes miserable. You will literally go against you go against people that literally have no life, at all. They play the game 24 hours a day. And I mean, we got people in this game doing win streaks on killer into the thousands. As said, it's just full of people that have got no life. Literally, people are doing win streaks over 1,000. Clearly, no job, no life. It is, and they actually flex it as well. They actually think it's an accomplishment getting 1,000 win streak when the game's killer sided. They actually think it's an accomplishment of getting 1,000 win streak. It means nothing. Nobody cares. And in the real world, literally nobody cares. But yeah. Also in this game, they made Michael Myers look like a joke. How you see Michael Myers in the movie, he's an unstoppable force. He's something to be feared. In Dead by Daylight, he's a joke. You can basically bully Michael Myers. He's that weak. And I hope this game there's a reason this game has never got the license to Jason Friday the 13th, and they never will. Because if I own the license of Jason, I wouldn't want my license in a garbage game like that. Just imagine if they made Michael Myers look like a joke and one of the most weakest garbage killers in the entire game. That's what Michael Myers is. Imagine what they're going to do to Jason. They'll make him even worse. Because some of the killers in the game are just laughable. They really are laughable. Some of the killers are just broken. There's just no counter towards them. And yet people just accept it in this community. They accept. Now, if you take that in a game like Mortal Kombat, there's a certain, I'm sure everyone knows, I used to main the character Kenshi. He was one of the most broken fighters in the entire game. Probably still is. I quit playing it. He was one of the most broken fighters in the entire game. That's exactly what it is with this game. And that's what I said about online gaming. That's what I'm tired of in online gaming. They add some broken garbage, then they nerf it, and then they start. That's all it is with online gaming. They buff something, they nerf something. You don't have to deal with none of this crap with offline gaming. Even in Fortnite, they add dumb stuff now that's completely broken. That's why I said online gaming to me, I'm not interested in it anymore. I'm really not. I'm more of a single player person. I play single player games more than I play online games because I hate online gaming. Because I don't have to deal with online gaming, I have to deal with a bunch of clowns. Well, they've added so many DLCs in this game. But all that, what you'll find with this game, you'll have a strong killer. They'll release a killer broken. They'll nerf it. They'll buff it. They'll nerf it. That's all this game is. On both sides, they'll add something on Survivor. They'll nerf it, buff it. That's all the game is. It's just an endless cycle of that. So the game's a joke and a laughable one. So yeah, anyone thinking of ever playing this game, don't do it. unless you want to go mentally insane, because that's exactly what this game will do. That's what this game almost done to me, because that's how bad the community really is. This game will make you hate people. It honestly will. It's how bad the community is. What was over here as well? You've already showed that one. I was trying to think. There was other stuff. I've already showed the Orella. I don't believe I actually properly showed it. Artist. I only showed it. This is what I said. This is what it is. So you can see what I'm getting at here. This was the skin that was added for the artist. It's just woke. I'll leave it at that. You can read the name and what it says. And you can obviously see what I'm hinting at now. It's woke. Because again, you can see the image that is to the right. I'm not going to say anything about it. I'll keep my opinion to myself. But, yeah. Because the artist is basically... We know what she is. The artist is a bird woman. But, yeah. It was originally supposed to be released during Halloween, but it obviously got delayed. So, yes, you can see what I'm hinting at now. You can obviously see what I'm hinting at now. But, yeah, don't buy the game. Don't play it. It's a complete anti-Christ game. That's exactly what it is. There's going to be many people that are fooled. And you actually have so-called Christian people that are actually delusional. They believe they're Christian, yet they associate with people that are basically Satanists. Anyone that thinks that you can be a Christian streamer and sell out to the world, think again. It clearly says you cannot serve two masters. You cannot take a part. You cannot drink of the cup of the Lord, and the cup of the devil. It don't work. You either hate one and serve one. That's what it says. You'll hate one and you'll serve the other. So yeah, even when that so-called religious chapter gets added, it doesn't change the fact the game's woke. And we all know they're going to complain about it anyway. They'll be like, oh, we don't want religious crap in our game. That's what they'll say. Oh, we don't want religious crap in our game. We want our game woke. But yeah, we'll show the Orella one more time. And I mean, I don't know what kind of name. What is Orella even? You can see what I said. Don't even have to search it up. It's right there. I'm not saying anything. But yes. And I wonder why the voice actor for The Walking Dead, the Michonne actor, didn't want to do voice lines in this game. Do you really blame her? I certainly don't. Do you really blame the voice actor of Michonne not wanting anything to do with this game? I wouldn't blame her. Certainly wouldn't blame her. Wait, you can obviously see what I'm hinting at now. You can obviously see. Can't say anything. I'm gonna keep my opinion to myself. Obviously on YouTube. But yeah. So yeah. The game's woke garbage. Don't play it. If I could take time back, I never would have installed this piece of garbage game. I never would. And I believe it even has law. Let's see. Um, it has law, but you even have a cultist in the game. So this is what said. You have these people saying, "Oh, this game is not promoting an agenda. It's not satanic." You're deceiving yourself. There's a witch in the game. There's a cultist that is basically part of a cult that sacrifices people. I mean, the whole game in itself, if you play the killer role, you are sacrificing people. You're putting them on a hook in the game and sacrificing them to what they call the entity, which is known as like this supernatural. It's not been revealed what it is, but it's some supernatural thing. So anyone that's Christian that says, "Oh, this game isn't satanic or anything like that, it's not promoting an agenda," you're a liar. That's why that streamer didn't like it when I called him out. He banned me from his stream, which is just laughable. These Twitch streamers are just losers, honestly. Because he didn't like it because I called him out for it. I said, "You're a fake Christian." Because they are. Because he literally cussed me out in a stream. Two, he thought he was a god, called himself an angel, and yet cussed me out, told me to go F myself, and said that started cussing me out for ages, and yet I'm a Christian. Sure, you are. Everyone makes mistakes, everyone sins, but you claiming to be a Christian, cussing out another Christian, clearly says in the Bible you're not supposed to do it. But again, and what made me call him a fake Christian to start with, I said this game's satanic, man. It promotes witchcraft. I was trying to open his eyes, and he's like, "No, it isn't. The devs said they don't mean it in that way. How can you not mean it in that way? The whole purpose of the damn game is you're sacrificing people to an entity, and the survivors are trying to escape, and it's an endless loop. When the survivors do get sacrificed in the game, it's just an endless loop. They go back to the campfire. It reminds me of Hunger Games. Again, Fortnite's the same. Fortnite is the same. These Hunger games, which is part of the occult agenda. It goes all the way back to the gladiators and all that, where people were fighting in an arena and stuff like that for the life. It's a sick thing that the elite love. Just the same things with that Squid Game. It's the elite sick fantasies. But that's not Arella Rose, that image there. That's forgotten. Tori, that's what it was. She's a cultist. She's part of a cult. That's a whole lore and backstory. So yeah, I'm sure to the so-called Christians out there, This isn't a game that promotes the occult. Sure, it doesn't. There's many all-seeing eye symbolism in this game. There's many woke stuff, which is completely against God. So yeah, the game's woke. End of. And this is the one that got backlash because someone, as I said, a Pacific girl made a video about it. The woke crowd got mad about it. But yeah, you can see what I'm talking about now. Don't need to say anything. Also, the voice actress of The Unknown. I'll leave it at that. Go look it up and do your research. This game is heavily woke. And there's no defending that one. There really isn't. So yeah. Video has been about 1 hour. Didn't mean it to be this long, but I just wanted to get it off my chest and out the way. It's the truth. Anyone watching this video back, if you don't believe me, go look up Dead by Daylight toxic Twitch TV videos all over the internet. You'll see how people act in this community, and you'll see what I'm talking about. It's one of the most vilest communities in gaming that I've ever experienced. Call of Duty never experienced people telling me to basically. I've never experienced stuff like this in any other game. It's just a vile community full of vile people that say some of the most vile stuff, and they need help. They honestly do. We got, as I said, we got full-grown adults saying the stuff that they do in this game to people. It's not really a surprise, but yeah, just wanted to make this video. I'll see you in the next live stream when I make one. Take care, and I always appreciate the real ones that come to the live stream and watch it. It means a lot. Take care.